Right, so next HIIT session. So 6 exercises, 30 seconds, 10-second rest. There's at least one new exercise in this workout plan. Well, it's kind of like it's quite a similar exercise we've done before, but it's just a kind of like an alternative to make it slightly harder. Right, so if we start by stretching. So you're going to start with Sphinx, up on the forearms, but if you prefer, you can have the arms straight, so up on the hands. Which should be the Cobra, the second option. But I'm going to do the Sphinx. So you're going to keep the hips in contact with the floor, same as you would do the Cobra, and you're looking ahead, same as what you do with the Cobra. Right, so hold this for 15 seconds. Right, and then we're going to take it back into child's pose. Then we're going to take it forward into Sphinx. Then we take it back into child's pose. Right. Then we're going to do cat. So you lift the back and drop the head. Then we're going to do cow. We're going to push the belly button down, lift the head up. Then we're going to do cat, we're going to lift the back and drop the head. Then we're going to do cow, we're going to push the belly button down, lift the head up. Right, the next one we're going to do is lying on the back. We're going to bend the right leg, placing the right foot on the left knee. And we're going to push the right leg away with the right hand, keeping the other hand on the floor. Then we're going to do the other leg. So we're going to bend the left leg, placing the left foot on the right knee, and we're going to push the left leg away with the left hand. Right, then we're going to come to standing. So, it's worth me mentioning at this point that we will be doing dips. So, you can either use a sofa or use a chair, it's up to you. But you will need a piece of equipment to do it with. Okay, so if we move on to the next stretch, actually, I'll tell you what, I'll open a window if you need an opportunity to grab a chair. Okay, so let's do it. So, crack it open. If you grab what you need, you've got it ready. Maybe grab a water bottle, etc. Okay, right, I hope that's given you enough time to pause it and unpause it if need be. Right, so what we're going to start by doing is we're going to start by rolling the shoulders back. And we're going to roll them forward 10 times. Then we're going to roll them back, one arm at a time. I'm going to roll the arms forward, one arm at a time. I'm going to take the arms across the chest, one on top and then the other. Pardon me. Right. This is my training for. Okay, next what I'm going to do is bug me if I don't take it in. Right, so we're going to turn the head side to side, to the left, back to the middle, to the right, and then to the left, and then to the right, and then to the left, and then to the right, and then to the left, and then to the right, and then to the left, and then to the right, back to neutral. I'm going to take the head down, I'm going to take the head up, and down, and up, and down, and up, and down, and up, and down, and then up, and back to neutral. And if we turn the head to the left, and then to the right, and then to the left, and then to the right, and then to the left, and then to the right, and then to the left, and then to the right, and then to the left, and then to the right. We're going to come back to neutral, and if we rotate the head to the left, and then to the right, and then to the left, and then to the right, and then to the left, and then to the right, and then to the left, and then to the right, and then to the left, and then to the right. And then we're going to come back to neutral. And if we interlock the hands together, then we're going to push the head back into the hands. I'm going to take the arms forward, I'm going to push the head into the hands this way. We're going to bring the arms down. What we're going to do is we're going to lift them up, bring them back and drop them down. We're going to hold this for 30 seconds. What you can also do is you can bring your neck and shoulders back as well. You also engage your abs and your glutes. Hold this for 30 seconds. And then relax. And then what we're going to do is we're going to turn the head to 90 degrees to the left. We're going to bring this here down. So you should feel like a stretch through the shoulder, below through the neck. And then relax. Now we're going to turn the head to the right, 90 degrees, and we're going to bring this here down. back to neutral. I'm going to stretch the wrists off. I'm going to do the other hand. And this way. And this way. I'm going to turn the hands out 10 times. And in. I'm going to turn the hands over and back. Right, okay, so first one we're going to start with is dips. Okay, but there's a slight variation to this one, as I said earlier. So, how we normally do dips is we normally have the arms, our hands, that is, about shoulder width apart. It's about here. But what we're going to do this time is we're going to have the hands maybe about that far apart. So, the way I like to get myself in that position is I kind of lift up, lift the other one up. So as you can see back here, they're about thumb width apart. So, you then drop down and back up. It's going to put more emphasis on your triceps. Right, let's start. Get myself into position and go. Okay, 20 seconds to go. Kind of thinking I should have put the phone in place, it's just a bit more visible. So I can call off the time with a bit more ease. Okay, right, next what we're going to do is a press up on the floor, arms shoulder width apart. So for the press up, you can either do the press up with your knees on the floor, down like that, either taking your chest down to the floor with your nose. We can do it on your toes. So from here, same thing, either chest or nose. Okay, going 3, 2, 1, and go. Really make sure you engage your glutes and your abs. It's 20 seconds to go. Ten seconds to go. Okay, and pause. Right, and check out the next one. If I can get it. Okay, so I'm try and remember the next 3. So, first one we're going to do is one that we've done for a while, which is a V up. So, what you're going to start with is you're going to start with your legs straight, arms straight for me, straight as I can. So, I've got this. So, what you're going to do is you want to make sure you engage your core. And you engage your core, you're going to bring your arms and legs together and down. Just like so. Just bring your arms down, your legs down to the floor. Keeping everything nice and straight. Okay. So again, 5 seconds. and go. So as I said, really engage your core. It will help the hips. Take the pressure off those. I'm going to breathe through it. 5 seconds to go. Okay, next one we're going to do is a cycling crunch. So for that one, you're going to get into this position here, and as this elbow goes forward, that leg's going to extend, and then you're then going to do the other side. So this elbow goes forward, this leg extends. So it's going to look like this. Okay, right, so we're going to get 30 seconds, and go. Twelve seconds to go. Okay, next what we're going to do is a Russian twist. So, in this position, you're going to, well, put your legs down the floor, heels down the floor. I don't want to tap my calves. Heels down the floor, then the arms to one side, then the other. Or, another variation which I like to do is lift the legs off the floor to one side and then the other. Okay, so you're going to have 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1, and go. So make sure your hands are going all the way down to the floor. Both sides. 12 seconds to go. If it's too much on your back, with this one, as I said, you can always take your heels down to the floor. 5 seconds to go. Really keep the core engaged. And rest. Okay. What we're then going to do is a diamond press up. So with the diamond press up, I should have said this about the other press up before, is brain ticking away there, thinking, dangerous me. Right, so diamond press up would be your index finger and your thumb together, like so. But if that's too much for you, you can always have them slightly further apart, maybe thumb width apart. Right, so what you're going to do, you can either do it on your knees, just going down like this, taking your chest down to the floor, or your nose down to the floor, or you can do it your toes up on your toes, down, and back up. Right, here we go, 3, 2, 1, and go. $20 seconds to go. Make sure you keep your core and your abs engaged. 12 seconds to go. Good emphasis on the triceps this one. And rest. Right, that's round one. Okay, so we'll give it a minute rest. First exercise we're going to do when we go back into the next set is doing the dips with the fingers about thumb width apart. Okay. Right, let's get ready to go. So, we go in 3, 2, 1, and go. better place for the phone this time. It's 20 seconds to go. That's a good one. Make sure you're engaging your core with this one as well. And your glutes. Keeping everything nice and strong. Okay, next one is the shoulder width press up. So down the floor. There you go. So you can't do it on your knees or your toes. 20 seconds to go. Ten seconds to go. Keep your core and glutes engaged. Okay, next one is then the V-ups on the floor with your legs and arms straight, and you bring them in the middle at the top. There you go. Make sure you engage your core to try and avoid tension on the hips. So straight down and straight back up. But nice and controlled. Keeping the core engaged all of the time. Right, next one is a cycling crunch. So I said, let's see how it goes out. The knee goes out. Okay, there you go. So one side then the other. Next one is a Russian twist. So either your heels on the floor or up. And you can take the arm side to side. There you go. Just tapping the floor each time. Lifting the feet up makes it harder. I'm going to breathe. I'm going to keep the core engaged. 10 seconds to go. Breathe through it. And rest. Right. Then we're going to do diamond press ups. So you can either do these on your toes or on your knees. And go. Keep your core and glutes engaged. 20 seconds to go. 10 seconds to go. Well, so give me a minute of rest. So a good thing to mention at this point is this is potentially more abs than we would normally do. It'd be right, if I get my words out, what I was going to say was this is potentially more abs than we would normally do in a session. So if you feel any kind of straining, it's a bit too much in the abs, or the back even, just give it a rest, and move on to the next exercise, or wait till the next exercise commences, shall I say, and then each time you do it, it's going to get easier each time. Because I know it's more abs than usual. Right. Okay, so we're going to start with dips, and we're going to start with the hands close together, thumb distance apart. Right. So you get yourself in position with the chair or the sofa, etc. Then we're going to go 3, 2, 1, and go. That's the last round, so really go for it. But nice and controlled. And you're not sitting down the floor, your glutes are hovering off the floor. Right. 10 seconds to go. 5 seconds to go. Right. Straighten your shoulder width press ups, either on the knees or the toes. And go. Overtaking your chest, with your nose down to the floor. 15 seconds to go. Keep that core and glutes engaged. 7 seconds to go. Right, we're going to lie down the floor. Arms and legs straight. Bring them in the middle. Keep the core engaged all the time. There you go. All the time. Core engaged. Core engaged. Switching them on. 7 seconds to go. Okay. Next one is a cycling crunch. There you go. So one leg goes forward and the leg goes forward on the same side. So as many as you can. Keep a good form, but as many as you can, as quick as you can. But never sacrifice form. Live to fight another day. Okay, next one's a Russian twist. Either your heels on the floor or up. There you go, side to side. Keep that core engaged. Take the glutes to halfway. Actually more than that. 11 seconds to go now. Remember to breathe. Tapping the floor each side. And rest. Last one. Diamond press ups, but you can have your index finger and your thumb width apart if need be. There you go. Last exercise. Well, actually there was one more. 20 seconds to go. Really keep that core and glutes engaged. 8 seconds to go. Here comes the sweat. Nice and control. Right. Well, we're going to the last one. So I'm just going to change this. Okay, so this exercise, what you're going to do is you're going to lift your arms and your head and your upper torso off the floor and your legs at the same time. Okay, we're going to hold it for a minute. Okay, so we're going to go in 3, 2, 1, and go. So I'm limited for space, but if you want, you can always bring your hands out a little bit further away than a bit further away from your shoulders. Okay, I've got 40 more seconds. If you feel any low back pain, if you give it a rest there then. So we're lifting everything off the floor. 30 seconds to go. ...20 seconds to go. Remember to breathe. Really lift everything up as high as you can. 10 seconds to go. Just great one for the lower back this. 5 seconds to go. 4, 3, 2, 1, and rest. Whew. Right. So, turn this off. Okay. And we'll finish by stretching. Whew. Right. So, we're going to start the Sphinx. Up on the forearms. Looking ahead. Bringing your back into child's pose. Knees back, shoulder width apart. Well, hip width apart actually. And we're going to take it forward into Sphinx. Looking ahead of you. And you can take it back into child's pose. So sinking into this stretch. And from there we're going to come to all fours. I'm going to do cat. Turn off the back and drop the head. And we're going to do cow, we're going to push the belly button down, lift the head up. And we're going to do cat, we're going to lift the back and drop the head. And we're going to do cow, we're going to push the belly button down, lift the head up. Right, next one we're going to do is lying on the back. We're going to push one leg away. So you're going to bend your right leg, you're going to place your right foot on your left knee, then you're going to push your right leg where your right hand. And do the same on the other side. So we're going to bend the left leg, placing the left foot on the right knee, and we're going to push the left leg away with the left hand. And relax. And we get back into Sphinx. So up on the forearms, hips in contact with the ground, looking ahead. Okay, next one we're going to be doing is child's pose. So we're going to sink into this stretch here. And next one we'll be doing is going to do Sphinx. So lifting up on the forearms, looking ahead, hips in contact with the ground. bringing your back into child's pose. Okay, then you do cat, so you can lift the back, drop the head. Then you do cow, we're going to push the belly button down, lift the head up. Then you do cat, we're going to lift the back and drop the head. Then you do cow, we're going to push the belly button down, lift the head up. Right, then we're going to come to standing. Tuck this in again, now the watch strap has come loose. Right, start with turn the head to the left and then to the right. You're going to come to neutral and you bring the head down. You can turn the head up. You can come back to neutral, then you can tilt the head to the left. And you can tilt the head to the right. And you can come back to neutral. And we're going to rotate the head to the left. And then you're going to rotate the head to the right. And we're going to come back to neutral. We're going to interlock the hands. We're going to push that back into the hands. And then what we're going to do, we're going to push the head into the hands. Relax, and what we're going to do is we're going to lift the shoulders, bring the back and drop them down. We can also bring the head and neck back as well. And you can engage the core and the glutes. This one for 30 seconds, we've got another 15 to go. And then relax. And we're going to turn the head to the left 9 degrees, and we're going to bring this head down. To neutral, we're going to turn the head to the right 9 degrees, we're going to bring this here down. We're going to come back to neutral. Then we're going to stretch the wrists to bring them back. We're going to do the other hand. We're going to do this one. Then this one. You turn the hands out. Bring it to them in. Bring it to them over and back. and 10. Right, then we're going to stretch the hamstrings. Last 2 stretches, bring the leg up. So as I said, you want to keep the legs straight, keep the body straight, and what you're going to do, you're going to lean at the hips. You should feel a stretch down the back of this leg here. Ideally, do it about your hands on your legs, so you don't want to put pressure on your knees. You almost want to envision you bringing your nose down to your knee, that's kind of like the line you're keeping. We'll do the other side. So, lean forward. Imagine you bring your nose down your knee. And hands. Okay, so I can feel a difference in flexibility this side. But I said, you're still keeping it straight back the whole time. You're still keeping your core engaged too. Come out of that one. Right, that was awesome. That was really good. Great core workout. Right, I hope you all had a good session too, and I'll see you for the next one. See you later.